Bitcoin is critical to US technology supremacy and the US dollar supremacy, and one day 5 billion people will use the US dollar as a currency. I don't think the government's going to fight it. I think the government's going to embrace it. And will the government stand by and let Bitcoin grab gold's capital share and part of the bond market? Well, they allowed the growth of the Vanguard 500 and the S&P 500 and ETFs and bond mutual funds and gold ETFs. I think that as long as the assets sit in regulated banks and custodians, they won't have a problem with insurance companies and investors investing in Bitcoin rather than an S&P 500 index fund. Finally, will there be a political pushback? Well, there's 2 to 3 million people a week that are buying into Bitcoin around the world. Coinbase added 1 million a week in the first quarter just on their platform. Bitcoin's the most popular investment asset in the history of the world. It's the most popular asset in the world. It's spreading like wildfire. By the end of this year, more than half of the US voters are going to own it. Central banks don't own any Bitcoin. As soon as one country starts to buy Bitcoin for their central bank, the price is going to rip. First point. Second, US dollar is going to be the big winner from the spread of Bitcoin. 5 billion people are going to have a mobile wallet on their phone. They're going to have a currency layer running on Lightning rails or running on a compliant payment rail. Will have the US dollar, might have the euro. The big losers are going to be the bottom 50 countries. They're going to lose their currency privileges. All the collapsing economies in Africa, South America, and Asia, they won't keep their currencies. People will switch over to the dollar. Crypto keys, or holding the keys to cryptocurrency, is the highest property right that the human race has ever invented to date. We can't have stronger property rights than holding $100 million with password keys in your head or multi-signature keys. Everything else is a weaker property right. I think that the way the world's going to end up, everybody's going to have a selection of currencies in their mobile wallet and assets in their mobile wallet. And they're going to be the top 10 currencies. The dollar will be the king currency, and they're going to use it as a medium of exchange and instant payment on the network. And then there'll be strong assets. The strongest will be Bitcoin. People will have other assets. And Bitcoin doesn't have to be a currency to be successful. The world, and as long as there are successful countries, they will maintain their currency. I think the losers will be the weak assets and the weak currencies. And this is not a currency war with Bitcoin. This is an asset war. And that's why considering whether I want to put my money in gold or Bitcoin is appropriate. Bitcoin security, transport, and audit are pretty effectively free. They're effective, they're unregulated, they're egalitarian. Everybody has the same rights. A person with $100 of Bitcoin has the same security as someone with $1 billion of Bitcoin. There's competition to continually improve the services. They're decentralized. The security nodes are decentralized, and they're protecting the interest of the holders from local violence, local regulation, and local corruption. Is the Bitcoin miner in Iceland or the North Pole or Siberia or China protecting the interest of somebody in Manhattan or Ontario? And it's a beautiful thing. Gold's physicality and indestructible nature, they invite malefactors to kill you and take your property. Bitcoin safely stores your property in cyberspace where it can't be seized by force, and that encourages peaceful negotiations rather than coercion.